So, I hear a lot about what people think the future is going to be like. And I feel like all the predictions fall short. Always! The imagination is so limited, the possibilities so endless. The things we're changing right now so diverse in and of itself. And a lot of these things go unnoticed, too. A lot of these things we don't even fully understand what we're developing. Like with the mind and the body. Where's that gonna go? So, I want to take a swing at it because even though I might not be the kind of person who, gets this right off of the bat, sort of just big picture right away. Maybe I won't get everything. Maybe I won't get anything right. But I have a good feeling. I have a feeling of the future, you know? So, what I imagine, we're gonna have the robots. That's the first thing everyone guesses. It's pretty much an easy one to guess because we already have the robots. They're just not the massive, super intelligent, I forget what the word they use for that right now is, but they're not there yet. But they're gonna get there. That's very clear. But the second one I think would be more in relation to body stuff. You know? I feel like we're gonna get exceptionally good at reproducing and even healing the human body through both science and through our own sort of human kind of methods. Through the mind, through our awareness. I feel like our awareness is going to develop so deeply within these next who knows how many years that we're just going to become superhuman in a way. Almost like Dragon Ball Z or something ridiculous like that, but way cooler! Way more interesting. Maybe we'll be able to produce fire. We already have meditative folks out in various places that control heat and body temperature and end up in extremely rigid and cold conditions or intense environmental places, and they're just fucking meditating. And yes, some people might think that's a huge exaggeration to what people can actually do, but if you think about how the body works, how blood flow works, and how the rest of this works, if we're able to hone our awareness and hone our bodies and actually sort of put more control and intention over it, more than we do now, use more than 40% of our brain, I think we'll get there. But even more realistic is the science, because if we ever finally break away from this political tension and these drug companies that are trying to slow us down, we'll get stem cell research in. We'll get all these things in that are effective, but also cheap. Because ultimately it's the cheap stuff that the market doesn't want right now, because they can't make that much money off of it. But once we break away from that, take our fucking economy back, it's gonna boom. Science is gonna explode even more than it's exploded already. So, and our economy and our connectedness. So that's pretty clear through the computer, but I would imagine it would also end up through our own self-evolution too. So that's a big part of my prediction right there, is we're going to have growth in science and technology and human development, and they're all just going to kind of congeal and conglomerate together in some sort of mess. But I don't think we're going to do this weird AI, or we're all going to transfer to computers, or something like that. No. I think that underestimates the value we hold in a physical form. Even in the flesh and blood kind of thing, because that's a pretty effective, it's more effective than just fucking metal body. Let me say that much. Metal bones, maybe that would make sense. But like, I don't know, like sensation? That's through touch, that's through skin. If we don't do something that matches that, I mean, it just can't be just blank metal, Oh, we're just steel robots now. It's like, no, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be something way more human if we do even bother changing or manipulating ourselves in that way. It's gonna be interesting. I'll say that. I would say it's gonna be something all too much more incredible. And anything you're afraid of, that's gonna be excluded. Anything you're afraid that we're gonna lose, we're gonna bring that. You know why? Because we got people like you afraid that we're gonna lose it. And those are the people who are gonna be like, shit, well, we value this. This is important to us. Let's add it to what we learn. Let's add it to what we make. Let's add it to what we do. The only time that doesn't happen is in like a Big Brother kind of situation where the government's taking over. But when the people come back and rise up, that's when everything changes back again. So as long as we don't get into one of those risky periods that changes everything to the point where we can't go back or can't change it in a different way, we're fine. I mean, and if we can change it in one direction, one would assume that changing it the other way, probably easy to do at that point, So, this Orwellian fear, crap to begin with, crap in the future. Just like with Orwell, 1984 did not predict the flood of information on the internet. No, that was Big Brother controls you through a TV screen that you watch all the time. Guess what? We have moved beyond television. We're already past that, and Big Brother wasn't even that impressive when we were zoned out on the tube. Now, we're listening to each other on YouTube.